So, hi, I'm Lotty from Metal Temple at the Talking Heads in Southampton tonight with Liv Kristine from Liv's Eyes. So, lovely to meet you again, Liv. How have you been?
Thank you. All good. We arrived in UK today,
Yes.
and yes, we toured the rest of Europe for 3 weeks, and one day going home, doing laundry, checking on my family, my animals.
Yeah.
Yes, and but it's lovely to see you again, Lottie.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yes.
It's nice to see. Let's see, one day we go off,
One day off.
and you saw your son as well. I take it as well.
Yes, we were very lucky that his school let him join us for the first leg of the tour.
Oh, that's good.
But for the UK leg, they said no. And anyway, they always say no. So we were lucky this time. But that they just they let us do it because Grandma wasn't feeling good.
Okay.
Wasn't feeling well. So
Right.
that's why he was allowed to go with us. But
fair
German
enough.
school, very strict,
Bless.
very strict.
Fair play. And this isn't your first time in Southampton. You toured here 2 years ago.
Yes, we did.
Yes. So how does it feel good to be back?
It's raining today and it's dark.
I know, because I think I remember last time it was nice and sunny.
It was a very lovely autumn day.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I went for a walk. There's a river and a park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that. It's a
Oh,
20
how
minutes
nice.
walk from here. But
Yeah.
it was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And so how has the tour been so far? Like, have you had any favourite nights that you?
The whole tour has been fantastic. It's been absolutely amazing. Like Paris, full house, and we lifted the roof, and I really enjoy this exchange of good emotions, of positive feelings between audience and band, and I know that everybody in Liv's Eyes is very grateful towards our audience, fans and friends.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
Absolutely. So because we owe it to our fans, and that's my dream has come true, to be able to combine music and family, and then
that's.
It's also for the rest of Liv's Eyes, and also for the crew. That's it's great to be on the road. It's great to be able to expose your art, your music, everything. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I sort of noticed the Viking costumes earlier.
Absolutely. We might have a couple of Vikings coming up and joining us here and there at some of the UK shows. So yes, it's just, we've had such a good time, and anyway, the band and crew were all like a big family.
That's fantastic.
It's so much fun to tour with these gangsters.
Absolutely. Sort of going back to family and everything, I think that's sort of something the metal community kind of brings out in a way. Would you sort of agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably the only genre where you still have this this good basic feeling of community and stronghold.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the metal fans, just a month ago, I painted a bigger painting.
Yeah.
It was set on auction to gather money for a young girl who's suffering from cancer very bad.
Really?
And I wanted to help the family, and we collected money, and that was done like
amazing.
Because the metal fans were there.
That's fantastic.
And I really feel at home here, and besides the fact that I grew up with metal, that's where I come from. But anyway, metal fans seem to be very truthful, and they stay with you. And I'm glad that this whole casting thing hasn't really had an impact on metal so far.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Because this whole casting thing is just casting, you know, casting these shows where you have like you have a winner, and then you have you know, like within a couple of weeks you have like a #1 hit, and they come and go.
Those shows.
All those shows. That's not good.
No,
that's not good for the whole music genre.
It's really it absolutely isn't. It seems to be lots of emphasis on competition and being the best, when actually but people forget about the art side.
Exactly, and what about those artists like Ozzy Osbourne, Doro, Passion, and Tarja, and myself, Christina Scabia? We've been around for ages. So and then, you know, you have like these call them casting shows. That's just
casting shows.
Casting shows.
Okay.
That's just
a thing. Because I think particularly here in the UK, there's one called the X Factor. And
the X Factor.
The X Factor. And it's like seems to be about the sob stories and what you look like rather than your actual ability.
Yes. And when you've been around for more than 20 years and gathered experience on stage, on the road, in the studio, together with your fans, and that's what really makes you, I'd say, an artist, a real artist.
No, I completely agree with that. I absolutely agree. And so saw this tours to help promote your brand new album, King of Kings. I personally really loved it. It seemed a little bit more majestic than, I mean, your work's majestic anyway, but this one, did you approach making this album differently, or was it pretty much the same as...
Actually, yes. As I'm thinking of it, it actually, the whole idea of King of Kings just happened over a morning cup of coffee. It was Alex's. Okay, so we just released Symphonies of the Night.
Yeah.
And when you just, you know, finished with a production, you think it can't get any better, especially if you're a perfectionist like Alex and myself, and, you know, having our own studio and, you know, 24/7 and and how can it get any better?
Yeah.
And then Alex just, you know, comes up with this idea, King of Kings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, of course, Harald Fair, the first king of Norway, my birthplace. That's where the decisive battle took place.
That's right.
And so for me, it was just to go home, go back to Norway and collect, you know, facts and fiction connected to the story of Harald Fair, and put everything into, or divide his whole story into 12 chapters.
Yeah.
And parallel to this, Alex and Thorsten, my red-haired guitar player and main composer, they, you know, produced and composed music along to my work, and everything went hand in hand. It was very interesting. I had a lot of fun, and there's a lot of, you know, my heritage and family and history, and
that's fantastic.
in there.
So this history behind the album, so does this album like tell the story of his whole life, like, or is it like a stories based around when he was in the role, or
it's the whole album is dedicated to Harald Fair, his life and his sieges, what he achieved, and it actually starts with Harald Fair being a boy. In the intro, you hear my son Leon talking Norwegian.
Oh, really?
Yes. And in the video, The Waking Eye, you see my son too.
Oh, do
yes.
Is that the lyric video, King of Kings?
Oh no, it's the official video.
Oh right, I haven't seen that one.
For The Waking Eye, and where were we at? Yes. So it starts with Harald Fair being a child. He was put on the throne when he was 10 only.
Yeah.
It says in the sagas.
Yeah, of course.
And And then there is a song about his parents. That's the Waking Eye.
Yeah.
The single. That's his parents having visions about his what's going to happen to their son.
All right.
He's going to be something big someday. And then you have one chapter after the other.
Yeah.
Like how he proceeded and how he won the battle in Hafrsfjord, in the fjord in the end, and the party, of course.
Of course.
And one of the bonus tracks
is
about his son. Actually.
Yeah. So the Vengeance Venom is sort of like a party feast.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Vengeance Venom. It's like a party feast, but it has a different theme. It's about Harold and his father.
Yeah.
They're actually having a fight.
Oh, really?
Because it's Yuletide, it's Christmas, and the food disappears. And Harold's father catches a young man who is supposed to have been the thief.
Yeah.
But Harold says it wasn't him. So Harold supports the young guy.
Okay.
But Swords and Rock, that's the party song.
Swords and Rock.
Yes, and we'll play that one tonight.
Oh, fabulous. It's quite interesting hearing about this, because like when I was at school we learned about, of course, the British history, and
of course,
so we don't hear about what happened in Norway and things like that. So
but Harold's one of Harold's sons, he had many children, but one son called Eirik the Red.
Right.
Eirik Bloodaxe.
Okay.
Yes, that's the same guy.
Yeah.
He was the most unruly and brutal son of Harold Fairhair's sons. Okay. And he became ruler of York twice.
Okay.
I think. And he raided along the British coast, and he was a terrible guy.
Wow.
So, and that was one of Harold Fairhair's sons, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to find more. Do you have a favourite song on the album?
Sacred Vow.
Sacred Vow, that's a
Sacred Vow, Swords and Rock, and the harp version of King of Kings.
Harp version?
Yes. It's just the harp and my voice. That's a bonus track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very different from what we've...
Yeah, that's fair to say. That's a bit like stripped. Nice to hear sometimes stripped down versions of...
Because the album is very full of everything.
It is,
it's huge. And
it's grand. It's very grand.
It's grand, yeah. And then you have this harp, this solo harp, and just one voice.
You had like choirs from London on this album too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Alex's idea.
Okay.
I just made a few phone calls, and then we got the message that the Angel Studio would be able to book it like in 4 or 5 days time.
Yeah.
Because the London Voices, they prefer recording at Angel Studios in London.
Okay, fair enough.
So you had to be aware of two things.
Yeah.
Is the choir available? Is Angels available?
Yes.
Okay. It was all perfect that day. So we a few days later, Alex and I flew to London with 14 kilos of sheets.
14 kilos?
Yes, of paper. We call that
God.
notes.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Right, in a hand luggage. And we recorded everything within 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yes.
That's
amazing
really
working with the
impressive.
London Voices. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And they're highly professional, and they've never heard the music before.
Had they not?
And then looking at the sheets and just singing,
Yes,
that's fantastic. Because they've they sang for the Lord of the Rings.
That's a say. I've read that somewhere.
Harry Potter, Star Wars, I think.
Yeah, I think I read that as well. Yeah. So it's quite impressive.
Quite impressive. So we spent all the money on the choir, and there was no shopping for me in London.
Well, London's really expensive anyway.
It's very expensive, yes.
And you're in London at the end of the tour, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah,
last
the last
date.
tour. So So you might get to do a bit of shopping.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Like
There's at the O2 Academy in Islington, and there's like a shopping mall like right near, but like right next door, pretty much.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay. Yeah, I'm always looking for lush.
I know what I'm not sure if there's one there, but if there is,
I will find it.
you will find.
I will find it. Yes, to make my tour bus smell good.
I suppose, like sharing a tour bus with.
Southampton shop.
Really?
Oh, there is, isn't there? Yeah, it might be
And I didn't know, and I've been sitting inside all day.
Well, I think the city centre's quite away from here, isn't it?
Probably,
I think you can
yes.
get the bus to go there.
I think so, yeah, because last time I was walking for ages, and there wasn't hereabout. There's
Yeah.
not really much, so I would have to go by bus.
Yeah, you'd have to
Yes.
go by bus. But
That's
it's, But no, I'm sure there'll be a lush. I'm sure you'll find a lush.
For sure.
Next
Yeah.
time when you're here in Southampton, just contact us.
It's
We'll
a-
take you on board.
Super.
I'd say but before we started recording, you were talking about your sort of reunion show with
Yeah.
Theatre
with
and
Raymond,
Fantasy.
yeah.
So tell us a bit about that. It's sort of like
Yes,
make it
well,
part of the interview.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be playing in the Underground in London on the 21st of December, and it's December, right?
Right, cool.
Shortly before Christmas. We'll kick off in Russia, of all places on earth.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, what reunion? 4 shows for Russia, please. 7 shows for Russia." And I was like, "No,
7.
4 is okay." And then we have to include London, definitely. We have
Yeah.
to include Germany, maybe Holland or Belgium.
Yeah.
So it's a small tour, and 2 years ago I would never think that this could happen.
Yeah.
Actually, but it was one phone call, basically,
Yes.
and I'm very positive about it, and it feels like everything is all right now.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope to see you in London.
Hopefully I can make it down. Just sort of round up. There's been this debate going on for quite some time now about the term female-fronted metal. I just was interested to know how you personally feel about that term being used to describe music. Because there's been a bit of a mixed reaction from people I've spoken to anyway.
Do we really have to mention that there is a female voice in a metal band?
No.
No, we don't.
Yeah, so it's been a mixture of reactions. I was just wondering what you thought.
Yes, it's kind of that we still have to, underline the fact that it's a woman singing in a metal band.
Yeah, there's some people seem to sort of base their decision on that on its own, really, which is a shame.
It's a shame.
I try not to use it now anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, what difference does it make if there's a woman in the band?
Exactly. So, yeah, I like, like terms like Beauty and the Beast concept. That's sweet.
I think that's
original.
That's a better term. It's a nicer term.
Yes, and it defines
It's more
the
in line.
subgenre, certain subgenre within metal.
Absolutely, yeah. Beauty and the Beast concept. I'm going to use that from now on.
Very good.
Well, thank you, Liv. It's a pleasure to
Thank you
speak to
very
you
much.
again.
Thank you very much.
I say I love your scarf. I've been admiring it throughout our interview. Is it a scarf? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Where did you get it from?
It is.
So it's a really girly thing of me.